professional jealousy.
Well, on the big podcast with Shaq said Angel actually called me after that rant. And he said, quote, she was upset and she asked me, why didn't you...
Shaquille O'Neal shocked everyone, including Angel Reese, by calling Caitlyn Clark the real deal right to her face. The moment was jaw-dropping, especially given that Shaq has been one of Reese's loudest supporters, often questioning Clark's game. For Reese, this public shift must have stung. It's not just anyone saying this, but someone who's consistently had her back. Shaq's unexpected praise for Clark feels like a major pivot and likely marks a turning point in this already heated rivalry.
You know, I'm down with you. Like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn. She's not going to hit that shot, man. Like, if I say 10 times you're not going to hit the shot and you hit the shot.
After a year of witnessing Caitlyn Clark dominate, Shaquille O'Neal has done a total 180, openly declaring himself Team Clark and even bragging about owning a Fever jersey. Angel Reese likely expected her appearance on Shaq's podcast to be her moment to shine, but instead, Shaq turned the spotlight squarely on Clark. His blunt and unexpected admiration left Reese in an awkward spot, grappling with the fallout of Shaq's surprising pivot and his unapologetic praise for her rival.
Angel with nothing but the viral fallout of Shaq's honest and kind of brutal admiration for Caitlyn.
So I'm the type that when I see something that I don't agree with, I get pissed off.
Shaq said, I had to call Reese and tell her to stop reading comments. You don't owe an explanation to anybody because she jumped on me. Why did you say nothing to Charles, is what Angel Reese told Charles Barkley. And he said she's being too sensitive.
Shaq's praise for Caitlyn Clark stings Angel Reese so deeply because it's not coming from just any analyst. It's from Shaq, her biggest supporter from day one. When Reese made the move from Maryland to LSU, Shaq was her loudest cheerleader, hyping her up as if she were the second coming of his own dominance. He embraced her unapologetic, fierce edge, seeing her as his chosen one in women's basketball. For someone who's been in her corner all along, this shift feels like a betrayal, hitting her where it hurts most.
She's a hell of a player. Like, she does things I can never do. Like, she can really shoot. And she's really good at the free throw line.
Shaq's support for Angel Reese wasn't just about surface-level shoutouts, it ran deep. He was her mentor, helping her navigate the storm of social media criticism and constant trolling. Shaq would tell her to block out the noise, keep her focused, and stay locked in on what truly mattered. He reminded her how lucky she was to be in the spotlight, emphasizing that countless others would love to be in her shoes. His advice, play harder, work smarter, and let the critics choke on their own words. To Shaq, Reese had that undeniable factor asterisk, the potential to silence even her harshest doubters.
Well, you got to buy jerseys, you got to buy shoes, you got to do that. They're starting to do that now. And that's because of, how you played and Caitlyn, the thing you had, that the game is more popular.
Then Caitlyn Clark stormed onto the scene, showcasing a style and skill set that caught Shaq completely off guard. Initially, Shaq wasn't sold on Clark. He wasn't exactly rushing to join her fan club. He watched her games with that classic Shaq skepticism, expecting her to crack under pressure. But when Clark delivered a jaw-dropping performance in the Final Four, she didn't just meet expectations, she shattered them. That single performance flipped Shaq's opinion faster than anyone could have imagined, leaving him no choice but to acknowledge her greatness.
And Chuck, we go through this a lot. A lot of time when we critique these guys, these youngsters and these females, they don't understand that all the stuff that they're getting ready to go through, we are the masters of that. So I was just, telling her how to handle it.
Shaq's initial doubts about Caitlyn Clark were rooted in his high-pressure standards. Shaq doesn't hand out praise casually. He's all about proven excellence under the brightest lights. When new talent emerges, he watches with skepticism, and Clark was no exception. He questioned whether she could thrive in high-stakes moments, the kind that separates good players from great ones. In Shaq's mind, if you can't hit clutch shots with the world watching, your game just doesn't cut it. Clark's love for deep-range shooting made her a bit of a wild card to him, as he wondered if that approach might falter when the pressure peaked.
What you do, but I have a solution for that nobody's gonna like my solution.
I'm here.
So let me explain why I came up with this solution first.
Here's where it gets interesting. As the NCAA tournament progressed, Shaq's skepticism started shifting to grudging respect. Clark wasn't just scoring, she was draining absurdly deep shots in high-pressure moments, game after game, captivating fans and critics alike. By the time Iowa clawed its way into the Final Four, Shaq couldn't look away. He watched closely, waiting to see if Clark would fumble under the intense spotlight or rise to the occasion. And rise she did. Cool as ice, Clark knocked down clutch shots with defenders draped all over her. Each bucket chipped away at Shaq's doubts until, finally, he had no choice but to admit he was wrong.
They want to come and say, do this and do that. I was just coming in, giving her encouraging words, just telling her, to hang in there. Because when you're the best player and you play for a great coach like Kim Mulkey, they stay.
One game, though, sealed the deal for Shaq. Iowa was in a tight spot, with every single point crucial, and then Clark did the unthinkable. She launched a three-pointer from the logo. That's right, the asterisk logo asterisk, a spot where most players wouldn't even dare to attempt a shot. But Clark didn't just take the shot, she nailed it with effortless confidence, leaving Shaq completely speechless. In that moment, she went from maybe she's got something to she's the truth.
I love, you know why I love Steph Curry? Because I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. I've seen it a little bit in Mahmoud Abdul-Roh, but I've never seen a guy consistently come down. And if you look at what she's doing, stuff we've never seen before. Never seen nobody do that on a consistent basis. There's a lot of girls in dumb.
When Shaq calls someone the truth, it's not just a compliment, it's a declaration that they're a game changer, someone who elevates the sport itself. The first comparison that came to his mind? Steph Curry. Clark's signature move, those audacious logo threes, instantly reminded Shaq of the revolution Curry ignited in the NBA, turning the three-point line into a game-flipping weapon. Shaq has seen countless great shooters, but Clark's unshakable consistency from deep was something entirely different, something special.
Player, you're expected to do everything. So I just told her, I said, listen, I know your coach is a little hard on you, but you have to accept it because you're the best player. You know,
Clark's fearless long-range shots weren't just scoring points. They were changing the perception of the game. She showed how three-pointers could electrify fans just as much as a dunk, redefining what a women's player could bring to the court. Shaq couldn't help but notice. While Reese's power and rebounding remained impressive, Clark's unpredictability and ability to sink threes from anywhere had Shaq hooked. Her bold, thrilling style brought a fresh excitement to the game, leaving even Shaq buzzing with admiration.
Watching y'all in the Final Four, I'm like, damn, like, and I was a hater because, you know, I'm down. She was like, she's not going to hit that shot, and bam, like, damn.
Exactly. While Shaq respects the grit and strength Reese brings to the paint, he's drawn to Clark's unpredictability and dynamic play style. Reese's inside dominance is traditional, all about power and control, but Clark's ability to hit deep, game-changing shots from anywhere on the court adds a level of excitement that's hard to ignore. It's that unpredictability, that game-changing flair, that's catching Shaq's eye and making him lean toward Clark's style as the one to watch.
After Charles Barkley, he had his big rant about the jealous women of the WNBA, to shut up, being petty about Caitlyn Clark and everything else. Well, on the big podcast with Shaq said Angel actually called me after that rant. And he said, quote, she was upset and she asked me why.
This shift in Shaq's enthusiasm definitely creates a new dynamic. Reese, who once had Shaq as her biggest supporter, now has to contend with Clark's rising spotlight. Shaq's deep admiration for Clark's game isn't just a fleeting phase. It's a genuine recognition that she's pushing the boundaries of women's basketball and taking it into a new era. For Reese, who was once the center of Shaq's attention, it's got to be tough to see that spotlight shift, especially as Clark's electrifying style continues to captivate not just Shaq, but fans and analysts alike.
See? And
I hate when men say that.
But listen, that's the only difference.
We start dunking and what?
Watch.
Shaq sees the Clark-Reese rivalry as the drama women's basketball needs to grow. He believes it could make the WNBA a must-watch event, with Clark's electrifying style reshaping the sport. For Reese, Shaq's shift in admiration highlights the tough reality of sharing the spotlight with Clark, who has the potential to elevate the entire league and lead it into its next chapter.
Got some handles. Girls got some handles. Oh, we got this. We got that. Oh, we got talkers. Oh, we got brawls. Only thing.
Shaq's shift in support from Reese to Clark is a wake-up call for Reese. Clark's rise means fierce competition for titles, influence, and visibility. Shaq now views Clark not just as a skilled player, but a game changer, highlighting her impact on reshaping women's basketball.
I don't think
what?
so.
Bro, you dunking and getting, man, trust me in the change. Trust me in the change. I'm telling you right.
So.
What could be more attention-grabbing than Shaquille O'Neal, a guy who redefined dunking himself, proposing a total game overhaul for women's basketball just because of Caitlyn Clark? Shaq's latest idea: lower the rim to boost excitement. He believes this change could bring in crowds who crave the slam dunk spectacle that's a hallmark of the NBA. For Shaq, it's simple. Dunks are the golden moments in men's basketball, so why not give women's basketball the same thrill? And for this potential revolution, Shaq sees one player leading the charge: Caitlyn Clark.
Now y'all are starting to get into fashion. Bro, a pretty girl dunking on the rim, I'm watching that all the time. You laughing.
My man is not turned on by no woman that's dunking.
Believes Caitlyn Clark could take her game to new heights if the rim were slightly lowered. While he's already a fan of her long-range shooting and ball handling, he envisions her dunking with the same intensity, creating electrifying plays that would draw in thousands of fans. Shaq's idea to lower the rim is controversial, but with Clark's athleticism, it could redefine the sport and attract even more attention to the WNBA.